Well, good evening. This is Darla Tweeten, and I am an independent demonstrator with Stampin' Up. And I come to you live every Tuesday night, and today is June 16th. And here in Iowa, we have had an absolutely beautiful week of 70-degree temperatures. So, and before that, last week, as you guys remember, we had, almost 90-degree temperatures, and then it cooled off when we got some rain. So right now, our crops are looking very, very good. So we are very, very grateful and very thankful for this nice weather that we have been getting. So tonight I'm coming to you again with the Sweet Old Bear Suite. I guess it's called the Silly Old Bear Suite. I have my notes, but they're not right in front of me. They're off to my other left over here. So we're going to be doing the Silly Old Bear, like I said. But before we do that, I want to just kind of thank you guys for all the orders on the free shipping day. I really appreciate that. That helps me continue with these videos, giving you demonstrations. And while I'm at it, anytime that you are watching my video and you would like to share the video with your friends, that helps me a bunch too, because that is my mission. My mission is to demonstrate pretty papers, pretty inks, to create pretty cards, and those pretty cards we send to others to eradicate loneliness. So if I'm up here in my craft room and I have, somebody's name or face go across my mind, I will write their name down on my list here. And then chances are I will either, send them a text, I will, private message them, and maybe even send them a card. So I love sending out my cards. I have a lot of cards. I have a lot of people I can send them to. So that's no big deal. But what I wanted to also, after thanking you for all the orders, I really do appreciate that. I want to also thank you guys for the suggestions and things that you are leaving me on my private messages. You are telling me exactly what you want to see. Maybe you're telling me, hi Nancy, how are you today? Thank you for joining me. Maybe it's like you guys want to see some Father's Day cards. And by the way, happy Father's Day to all the fathers out there. Father's Day is this Sunday, so hopefully you have your Father's Day cards in the mail, or you've got them in their envelopes with their sweet messages so that you can mail them. Tonight we are going to be working with the Silly Old Bear. Like I said, again, we're going to do this the whole month of June. There is just so much to offer, with the different creations. I'm trying to see if my video is coming up here right, and I guess it is. So I don't know why I'm worrying about it. So I am going to thank you again for being here with me tonight. I'm going to go ahead and face my camera down to my work surface. So let me do that. So you're going to see my pretty stamp storage that I have from Stampin' Up, where you can store your ink pads, and the new ones do fit in this old, like the old pads used to do, which is good. However, I need to get a couple more just for the individual stamp pads. Right now, I have them in what they could be used for the punches, or maybe the ink refills, or your ribbon, or something like that. So I'm going to go ahead and move my Akron stand up a little bit so that you can see my desktop. Hello, Dolores. I saw you come on. I wasn't ignoring you, but I had to keep focused on what I was saying, or I might forget what I was saying. So it's just really, really super that you guys are joining me tonight, and I love the comments that you guys make to one another. Oh, look at here, Rita's on here too. Nope, Rita, you're not late. You're never late. There's always room for one more person. You know that. So tomorrow night, I have my blind date with a kit in Clarion. It's at a venue called Pushing Up Daisies. And I do have a couple more spots for that. If there's somebody last minute that, has, their schedule has cleared, I can always handle one more person. So that is from 5 to 7 tomorrow night. And when the class attendees arrive, they will see some kits wrapped in the prettiest DSP. So it's just like a blind date. They go and they choose a package wrapped with the pretty DSP, and that's their date for the night. So they will get to put the kit together, and then they will take home anywhere from 8 to 9 cards. So that is a very, very fun event. We have lots of giggles, lots of conversations, and we have from 5 to 7, but usually it just takes an hour and a half. So you're back home with your family, but you've had a refreshing night out. So the next thing I wanted to share with everyone is my thank you for the month of June is with a $50 online purchase, you will be emailed 3 card tutorials, and 1 contains a video. So, and then there'll be 3 PDFs to spark your creativity. This is my way of thanking you for having a $50 product purchase with me. Now, these cards are compiled by a group of gals called the Marvelous Lollies, and they are demonstrators from all over the United States. We sign up for, 2 or 3 times a year, and then there's 3 of us each month that come up with a project. So I'm really excited to have that go out to a couple of people already. Need to get it in their mailboxes. So the Silly Old Bear is a suite that we're going to be playing with tonight. And this is an online May exclusive. So as you're looking in your catalog, which is, let me show you the front of the catalog. I really think it's a pretty front. The gal is very pretty. So this is our May through August catalog. And you will not find the Silly Old Bear in this catalog because it is an online exclusive. So what I always tell my customers to do is to log on to stampinup.com. If you go to the Tweet Be Happy Facebook page, you will see my online shopping link there. Follow that link, and then you can type in silly, or type in old, or type in bear, and in the search bar, and several options will come up. I'm not really sure if there's a lot of options for bear at this point, but if you do that, type that into the search bar, it'll come up with several products that will have a bear in it. So that is the easiest way I find to tell my customers to find something, because they get kind of frustrated. Is it in a catalog? Is it on online exclusive? Or is it even in the last chance? So your frustration can be totally eliminated by going online to the search bar and typing in whatever it is you're looking for. And of course, if you ever have any questions, you can text me, you can call me. I'm certainly available. So tonight, the paper that we're using is going to be the Barely Blush. Is that what it is? Nope, that doesn't sound right. It is one of the new in colors. It is Barely Blush. We're going to use Barely Blush tonight, and then we're going to use Golden Glow cardstock. That Winnie the Pooh just shouts Golden Glow, doesn't it? So, I am going to be doing a Casing Tuesday, number 569. And if you do have your catalog handy, if you turn to page 37, you will see the card that is part of the case for Casing Tuesday 569. And oh, by the way, I think Dolores, you were maybe going to craft along with me. You didn't have the Sweet Old Bear suite, but you were going to use another set. When I was looking at this, you actually can use, there's the Fern and Flora bundle that you can use. You can use the Lily of the Valley suite. You can use the Life in Bloom bundle. Actually, any stamp set that you have that has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 4, 5, 6, 7 dies, you can certainly use it for this Casing Tuesday. Now, I'm going to be doing some die cuts, and then also I'm going to be doing some paper piecing. I'm not real sure what the proper word is, because this Winnie the Pooh suite has the most darling characters on it, and it was really hard for me to use the side B with the Barely Blush tonight. This is one of my prototypes that I created using the Casing Tuesday 569. And let me give you the recipe for that. The card base is the 4 1/4 by 5 1/2 after you fold it. Of course, it's 8 1/2 by what would that measurement be? 8 1/2 by 8 1/2 by 5 1/2. Okay, so that's before it's scored at 4 1/4. And then the first layer, which is this banner type, is 3 inches by 5 3/8 inches. And tomorrow afternoon, tomorrow night, I will have all of this on my blog. So you don't have to worry about, you can take notes if you want to. Okay, Dolores, you're working on it. That's super. That's super. I'm so excited. Then the second layer, it looks like in the Casing Tuesday, it looked like it was a piece of vellum, I thought. And it was even so far as that looked like they had cut part of the die cuts out of the vellum. So on the card that I'm going to actually prepare with you or for you tonight, I will be showing you vellum that's actually been die cut. And then, of course, did I give you the measurement of the vellum? That is 1 7/8 inches by 4 inches. I don't think I did. And then the sentiment can be 2 1/4 inches by 7/8 inches. So there again, keep in mind when they give these, dimensions, recipes, or whatever, it's only a starting point. It is for the purpose of getting your creative juices going, and then, taking it from there. Because as you can tell here, my sentiment is not 2 1/4 by 7/8 inches, is it? It is probably more like, because this is one of the die cuts, it is probably more like 3 inches by 2 inches. So you can do you can do it your way. That's the beautiful part of, you know, being a paper crafter. So let's go ahead and pull out our card that we're going to do here tonight. I've got the envelope. I'll be putting that up here someplace. And like I told you, oh, this yummy golden glow. Who loves the golden glow? Oh, every week I work with these. My in color favorites change. I just don't know about that. So then this will be the inside of our card. So this will be the first layer that we put on the card tonight. And to cut a banner, this is what I do. I kind of, you know, just kind of eyeball it, and then I cut at an angle to where that that cut is, and then just kind of, you know, snap it off. Okay, on the back side is the beautiful Barely Blush that I did use, you know, on my first card. That's the back side. This is the front side. So you can see why I put this on the Barely Blush. It just looks so much nicer than it does on the Golden Glow, doesn't it? So let's go ahead and I like to raise this up with what we call dimensionals. So since this is a fairly big piece, this piece is 3 inches by 5 3/8 inches. And I think I might have just cut it off at 5 inches because I wanted some of the golden glow to show. Now, since this is a fairly big piece, now it's getting a free dimension on it because it was stuck to my finger. So I like to put a lot of dimensions on my projects because then that way the center does not sink or sag or fall in. It all stays where it's supposed to. So one thing I now realize that I need to do, I'm going to bring out my silicone pad, and I did take off the adhesive, so I need to put that on my silicone pad for just about a few minutes. So we'll just put that there, and then it will not stick to my silicone pad, so it will give me a chance to do what I wanted to do. What I wanted to do was I wanted to take the Golden Glow and look at, did you guys see how nice it is to open up that pad? I wanted to take the Golden Glow and I wanted to do some two-tone stamping with this little jar of honey. So, and you're going to want to alternate the stamping, and that one didn't stamp the best, but it'll be okay. It'll be okay. So we've got a little bit of that on there for right now. Let's go ahead and close that up. Then I am ready to put this piece, this is the second layer, onto our card. Now, I believe in the Casing Tuesday 569, they had it clear at the top, and they had it, you know, really far to the right. Well, I'm going to kind of, I'm going to leave a little bit of space at the top just because I like to see the color, you know, all around it. So, okay. So then here is, I guess I misspoke. Here is the second layer, 1 7/8 inch by 4 inches. This is a piece of vellum, and I did cut out these leaves out of the vellum for the first card. I did. There are some beautiful die cuts that come with this silly old bear. If you purchase the whole suite, there are some sweet words and label dies. So what I wanted to do is, you know, have something stand up behind the this label like the Casing Tuesday 569 did. Boy, that took a while to get out of my mouth there. So we're going to go ahead, and this is vellum. So I'm just going to kind of lightly just push a little bit of glue here to hold it, because I know I'm going to cover it up, and I am going to put that at an angle. So the first thing I'm going to do is look at this cute little die. And Winnie the Pooh was famous for saying, "Oh, bother." You know, don't bother. Oh, bother. You know, let me see if I can figure out where it is. Here it is right here. So it's "oh, bother." So let's go ahead and do the Golden Glow, and we're going to stamp that kind of off to the left of this label. And then what we're going to do, I have my chamois right to my left here, that I always clean my stamps right away. And then I put them in that same case, just in case I, need to reuse it. So then I'm going to stamp the little jar of honey on there. And I'm going to have to figure out how I'm not stamping that properly so that it doesn't get the bottom of the honey jar. And then, of course, this heart is from the 12 Days of Crafting. I just love this little heart, and I guess I'm going to put it right there. So I like to do things in the things in set odd numbers, okay? So what we're going to do, or what I'm hoping that I do, I am putting the dimensions, I didn't do that right. I meant to put them on the bottom of this label so that I could tuck things inside. So if you do, sometimes it works that you can remove those dimensionals. You can adjust them if you do it right away. So I think I'm going to go ahead. I'm not going to take that one off for right now. So what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead, and about where I put that tape, I'm going to put the "oh, bother." So earlier, do you see this mess right here? What I did was I took some white twine and I colored it with our new Spark Glimmer Shimmer brushes. So what I did was I just I did it early because I wanted it to dry. I didn't want it to get all over, but I just kind of like ran, I laid it down and then I ran it through. So it kind of rolled. So it's not the best coverage, but it's going to work, because a lot of this in the Winnie the Pooh suite is very vanilla, not the white. So, and I don't know why, but sometimes I have trouble with my bows twisting when I use the twine. It wants to kind of go back into the original shape. So what I have told people that attend my classes or my teammates is just to go ahead and tie the knot and then adjust it as you know what size you want it to be. So that one needs to be a little bit bigger. So we'll see. Okay, so that's what I did for my twine. Okay, so now let's start. I don't need this right now because I'm not going to be stamping. And I don't need this ink pad. Is anybody else stamping along with me tonight? Did anybody else pull up the projects or pull up the Casing Tuesday? And yeah, it does shimmer. You're right, Dolores. You're right. It does shimmer. So okay, so what we're going to do now is I have my leaves up there. And what I wanted to do, remember I said we were going to do some paper piercing? Well, when you are looking at this paper, there are dies that cut out these little guys, but I don't mind fussy cutting at all. And I wanted to also show that even though, oh gosh, is this Eeyore? What's the donkey's name? Why can't I think of his name? But anyway, even though Eeyore, you can't see all of his feet on this piece of paper, doesn't mean that he isn't going to be workable, because he is. Because what we're going to do is remember I told you that we are going to put the dimensionals at the bottom of this label. Well, the reason for that is because we're going to tuck things underneath of it, such as this. So I'm just going to kind of just sit him there for right now. And let's go ahead and let's see here. We'll cut out Piglet right here. Now, if we could, and I don't know if we will, but we could also use the top of Winnie the Pooh's head. But I think that's the back of his head, so that's not going to be enough to use. Now, obviously, when you're doing these live, it's kind of hard to do your perfect job. I wouldn't do a perfect job even if it wasn't a live. But what you're doing is you're moving only your scissors. You're moving your paper, and then your scissors is trimming the, so I'm going to keep that little thing of honey. I don't know if we'll use that yet or not, but I'm going to go ahead and just kind of fastly cut that out. When you get the glass mat, there is a nice little tray that comes with it. And so tonight, I am filling it with my extra pieces. So as we begin to paper pierce, and I think part of it you can see, but this would be my my mat that came with my piercing mat. And actually, these squares are actually made for these spots. And then, you could put the ink pads if you wanted to in this part of it. And I don't know if you're supposed to use it on your glass mat or not, but I love this glass mat. It keeps my work surface really clear. I don't know, it's kind of like a border. So, okay, so let's go ahead and got Piglet here. I don't know if we want Piglet. Let's see. Okay, is there a Piglet on the background? It looks like he's up there. So I'm going to want to kind of keep that in mind too. So I think we're going to do something like this. So this is what I'm calling paper piercing, whatever you would like to call it. And I don't think we're going to use this honey right now. So I'm going to put that to the side. Now, I also have, remember, I die cut some of these leaves out. So we're going to be putting those in there too. Now, I know it's not fall yet. And if you look, this is the vellum one. And what I did was I just took the Golden Glow shimmer brush and I just brushed the leaves like this. It is quite fun to do, So, and I did that also on the white piece. So if you want it a little bit darker, you just let it dry and then you can apply it again. So let's go ahead and so what I'm going to do is I'm going to want their little faces to kind of stand up. I don't want it to be flat on the card. So I am going to put a dimensional there. And if I need to put more dimensionals or glue dots on, I can sure do that. So we'll put him about right there. And then Piglet, let's put two on him. We'll put one on the little dandelion that he's blowing. And then let's go ahead and peel this off. Now keep in mind, if you have, like Dolores, she said she does not have the silly old bear. Well, I'm not sure what suite she is using, but whatever it is, she can cut out the flowers or do the die cuts, whatever, you know, DSP she's using. Or you could even, you know, use stamps and cut them out. So what we're going to do now is we are going to put our leaves in here. And that is exactly what the casing Tuesday thing did. It put a bunch of die cuts in. So I'm not really sure where I want this to go. So we're just going to put it right there. And then, so that is one that I did on Very Vanilla. I think what I did was I die cut the label and the, you know, leaf at one time, all at the same time. So, okay, I don't want that there because we don't want to cover up his blowing his dandelion. So we'll do something like that. Okay. Now we have one more leaf to use because remember, you want to do it in odd numbers. I know the animals are there's only 2 on there, but we'll see what we need to do about that in just a minute. And then I will just stick that behind there. Now, okay, let's go ahead and decide where we want to put the ribbon at. Now the ribbon is going to be an embellishment too, just like if you want to, the leaves can be an embellishment. You know, I stamped 3 on the sentiment as, you know, kind of like an embellishment. And let's see where we're going to put this at. Okay, I know where I'm going to put it at. I'm going to take a glue dot, and these glue dots come on a roll and they're a circle. So what I do is just take your glue dot, roll it up like a Tootsie Roll, and put that on your ribbon, okay? And then we're going to just kind of put that like right here. I'm gonna try to stick it kind of sort of underneath the label almost. And then, I don't know, this thing, the tail, can go up that way. It can go wherever it wants. But that's where the knot is. And I do have my one loop wants to go this way. So let's just let it go that way. It's not going to be happy until it gets to do what it wants to do. So you can see there that I did color the white twine with the golden glow shimmer brush. And like I said, I did that because this is off-white, very vanilla, but yet this is white too, now that I look at that. So, okay. So if you need to remember how we didn't put a dimensional at the top of that, well, now you can go back in, remove your dimensional, you know, both the back and the front backings, and then just gently put it right there. And remember, Eeyore's legs were cut off, but you never could tell that in this card, could you? So, let's see. I like to, now this is kind of, oh, I had a glue dot on there, didn't I? So I guess you can't see that glue dot. It's okay. So I like to always go back on my cards and make sure that they're going to stay together. I don't want the person receiving this card to have it fall apart. So we're going to put a glue dot there. So, and then I also think I need to have a glue dot right here behind this leaf. So it just kind of keeps everything more stable. So here is the card. Now we could put some embellishments on it, but I'm not going to do that because there is a lot of stuff going on with this card, isn't there? So we're going to just kind of call it quits for right now. If you wanted to, which I do want to do, I'm trying to find trying to find my light golden glow blending pen, okay? I like to splatter, and when I splatter, I hit my blending brush so that it splatters. Seems like it gets closer to where I want it to be. And then let's go ahead and open up the center of this card, and let's do some splattering on that. You can see it's a light color, but you can see the splatters, and they kind of look like gold, if you ask me. I did, and I probably should. I even earlier tonight, I did splatter the shimmer brush, and it puts a big splatters on there. Can you see that? And you do have to be careful, because if it goes, the splatters go everywhere. So that's what it kind of looks like. It just adds some more texture to our inside of our card, because the party's out here, and we're going to decorate the envelope too here. And so what we've done is Oh Bother. And so I love this. We could either use Old Friends, Our Best Friends, or we could use the best kind of days are the days spent with you. I love that. I love that. So we're going to use that one on the inside here. Oh, I was going to stamp in the lid. That would be kind of hard to do, wouldn't it? And I don't know where you guys stamp your sentiments at, but I like to stamp them in the lower right-hand side. I'm not sure why I do it that way. I think it's more because until I write, there, I got the bottom of the honey that time. And let's go ahead, and since we're being so sweet, the best kind of days are the days spent together. I'm going to go ahead and put just a little heart right there. And one of the things I've learned at the virtual card retreats that Stampin' Up puts on is to stamp your, like this heart, for example, going off of your card, and then that's more pleasant for your eye to travel. So let's go ahead, and with our Seal Plus, we are going to adhere the inside of this into our card. And I just use whatever sizes of white, basic white cardstock that I have left to, rather than, not use them or build up excess inventory, I go ahead and do that. So that is the inside, that is the inside and outside of our card. And let's go ahead and stamp a little Tigger on the envelope. Isn't he cute? And you can see there, I didn't hold it just quite long enough. Old friends are the best friends. So I'm going to go ahead and do that there. And because we need 3, or I think we need 3, I'm going to go ahead and do this little jar of honey. Okay, so that is our envelope then. That will go with our card that we've made tonight, which is the casing number 569. And Dolores, how are you doing on your card? Eeyore. Okay, Eeyore. You're right. You're right. So here is the card that we did tonight. Best kind of days. And then here is the card, the envelope that we did. The earlier card that I did was, well, I showed it to you already, but the earlier card that I did with the golden glow was this one. And I changed some things when I did my second one. I tried to use the Peaceful Pine shimmer brushes, and that is very, very juicy. As a matter of fact, you can see right here that I've got a large little puddle of something. I don't know. Okay. So anyway, that was the first card that I did as a prototype. And then I did this card. And then I wanted to finish up my May paper pumpkin because I'm expecting the June one any day. And so I used the same Casing Tuesday as we did earlier tonight. As you can see here, I did the real red layer, which is 4 1/4, which is 3 inches by 5 inches. I did the little banner cut, and then I took a piece of the shimmer paper, and that's actually barely blush, but I think it looks okay. It's kind of, it's in the red family. And then I knew I had some stars, so I found this Swirled Designs die. It's got a really beautiful, beautiful star in it. And I could, if I find it fast enough, I will pull it out. But this is the star banner, and it just cuts out the lines. Isn't that beautiful? But right now, if you want to capture a star for the 250th birthday, it is on the last chance right now, and that's called the Swirled Designs Dies, and it's 167032. And the best part was this was $28. It is now $14. When they refreshed it the 1st of June, they changed some of the prices of some of their products. And I believe, I'm not sure, but I believe that this was one of them. So it's the Swirled Designs, the dies. But look at this card. Isn't this beautiful? There was also some smaller stars that it cut out. And so I did that. But before I did that, I did stamp them in Misty Moonlight, which is the ink spot that came in the paper pumpkin kit, Sparkling Celebration. So I did not check, and I should have checked to see if the refill is available on this kit, because boy, I got a lot of cards out of that kit, and that's another video. But for right now, for tonight, I wanted to show you that I did use the Casing Tuesday 569 layout for that paper pumpkin. So it's another way to stretch your paper pumpkin subscription. So is there any questions on anything tonight? Any comments? Anything you would like to see differently? It's been really fun doing this this silly old bear suite and the Casing Tuesday 569. So if you guys try this, which I hope you really do try this, share them on the Tweet Be Happy Facebook page for me. I would like to see what you guys come up with, because remember, we inspire one another. We everybody creates differently, and we all have our own style. So just a couple reminders: if you do not subscribe to my YouTube, if you would go on and subscribe to that, I would really appreciate it. It is youtube.com / Darla Tweeten 8262. Become a subscriber of mine, and then you will be notified when I upload the videos. And if you did not catch this video live, but you catch the replay, thank you for that. And I also would like you to like and share the video. So this is Darla Tweeten, independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator from Iowa, signing off for this Tuesday night. And I do wish that that you have a great rest of your evening. And let's create together, one card at a time. Mail your projects to make a difference in someone's world. That is my closing thought tonight. God bless.